We're talking about something called explosive cyclogenesis, which means it's like a coil which gets tighter and tighter, allowing the winds to get stronger and stronger. And so we're talking gusts could reach 90 miles an hour across a huge swathe of the population, Northern Ireland, central belt of Scotland, northern England, northern parts of Wales. The strength of this wind is strong enough to maybe even bring power lines down, but certainly uproot trees, cause damage to property.
Let's crack on with other news. Well, we could crack on with it, Fee, but our guest has been blown away. It's slightly unfortunate. It was weather reporter Clare Nazir who was about to join us to discuss this storm that is coming, we think, on Friday into Saturday across the UK. I think getting to Ireland first, and it's really quite an unpleasant one. The Met Office has issued an upgraded amber weather warning for large parts of the UK. Clare is able to talk to us now. Clare, this is, I'm afraid I just cannot get round pronouncing the name of this storm. What's this one called?
It's Awen.
Awen. Okay, Storm Eowyn. Spelt with an E-O-W-Y-N. That's it, isn't it?
That's right,
yeah.
yes.
Great, thank you for that. So, how bad is this likely to be?
It looks like a beast of a storm, to be honest. It's really deep. We're talking about something called explosive cyclogenesis, which means it's like a coil which gets tighter and tighter, allowing the winds to get stronger and stronger. And so we're talking gusts could reach 90 miles an hour across a huge swathe of the population, Northern Ireland, central belt of Scotland, northern England, northern parts of Wales. The strength of this wind is strong enough to maybe even bring power lines down, but certainly uproot trees, cause damage to property. So this is a serious storm moving our way through a time when people are heading to school and work.
OK, can I just get you to be totally specific about that? This is Friday morning, the rush hour of Friday morning?
Yes, that's correct. So it's coming in through the early hours of Friday morning. The warnings start at midnight and they extend throughout the day. But certainly, I think the worst winds for the amber area will be probably through the morning into the first part of the afternoon. The centre of the low is towards the north across Scotland, and that centre is tracking towards Shetland. And it's really on the southern flank of like concentric circles of wind where we'll see those strongest winds and the most damaging and disruptive conditions. I'm worried about it. I live just south of Greater Manchester, so I'm just on the periphery of that amber warning. We have trees outside. It is a worry for many people. I mean, I've had storm damage from the last storm that happened. It was Storm Dara. So yeah. This is a reality for millions of people.
So would you, in all seriousness, Clare, guard against travel of any sort, particularly in the north of the country on Friday?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm meant to be travelling on Friday morning and I've cancelled that. I'm going to go much later on in the day. The winds will gradually ease across England and Wales. Scotland, it won't be that situation. You'll see them throughout and into evening time as well. So it's really choosing your time to travel, realising that, you know, with the strength of the wind and also heavy rain, there will be flying debris around, you know. People can be really damaged by that, can be injured by flying debris, just taking a dog out for a walk. So it's just stay put until this storm pushes through, and it will push through. The other key thing is also is the rain turning to snow. So we could see some blizzards across the central belt of Scotland for a time. Right. So this is a multi-hazard event. And there's heavy rain across Wales and the West Country. You could see up to 60 millimetres. So again, that will cause problems with some surface water. And the wind warning extends down to the south coast of England. Gusts could reach 40, 50 miles an hour. So this is affecting every part of the UK.
I'm really taking note of this. You've referred to it as a beast of a storm and a multi-hazard event. Right, that's it. Should we ask, I mean, we've got to ask whether this is unusual, whether we're just having a standard winter, whether there's anything to be seriously concerned about here. What do you say, Clare?
It's quite an active season, really. Last season was as well. We've had a number of named storms. Whether this is in any way down to climate change, and there will be aspects of it which will be, particularly in terms of rainfall, that's up to the climate scientists to talk about. And they conduct something called attribution studies, looking at the fingerprint of climate change in events like this. So that will be studied. But from my point of view, we've seen winds like this before. It's really horrible for everyone exposed to it. And it's just take care because it's going to happen and it will clear.
Yeah, some people object to the whole nanny state nature, I suppose, of conversations like this. But in truth, technology has improved, the science has improved. We know this could be really bad. And it's actually very sensible to warn people not to go too far from home first thing on Friday morning.
Oh, I totally agree, Jen. I really do. I mean, the forecast is for Friday. We named the storm today. In fact, yesterday we were talking about it in terms of this is going to be impactful. And the Met Office has an amazing communication department, and they send out on every level, every channel, just to make sure people are aware of that. This is not a nanny state event. This is just a really bad storm, which means that we want to keep people safe. People can die in this type of storm, and we've seen it before. So whether it's from coastal overtopping, whether it's from, as I say, just broken branches flying around, it's just being really aware of that and just staying put until it clears, because it does. And we've had some calm weather, some fine conditions, and this is the nature of our weather. When we're exposed to Atlantic depressions, they come in to us first. In fact, the Republic of Ireland could see higher winds than us. They could see winds to 100 miles an hour. So that's something to note as well. So bridges will be closed, ferries will be cancelled. There will be some disruption, but that's the nature of seeing weather like this.
Right, we've been told. Thank you very much. Weather reporter Clare Nazir.
Quite a few of you don't want to hear the music again, so we won't be playing it again. But no, Ryan, we won't be playing it again. It's causing some distress amongst our listeners, but we will get to some of your experiences of HMRC in a couple of moments' time. And also a fantastic suggestion from Betsy in Oxford that HMRC needs the services of Abby Tierney, because she has sorted out the passport office, and anyone who has applied for a passport recently knows that there has been a remarkable turnaround
Has there?
in the levels of service there.